Oh, don't want to.
We are. Good evening, one and all.
Oh,
How is everybody? Sorry. Well, I think we're on time, actually, but I just suddenly looked down and said, oh, it's 8:30. So, good evening, one and all. A very warm welcome. As you can see, we have a space down here. I asked TVP, he hasn't got back to me, so I hope Mark's okay. But nevertheless, maybe we'll hear from him shortly, and maybe won't. But if he doesn't, I've got somewhere to show whatever I want to show in the bottom corner. So, good evening, Roy. Good evening, Jay. We'll
good evening, Mark.
say hello to a few people in chat. Simon62, evening, Simon. Neil Roberts, sorry not been around, but work circumstances have changed. Have a great show. Oh, that's a shame, Neil, but thanks for popping in to say hello. Mick King, we're all fit and well, Mick. Yeah, not a problem. Adrian Mason, good evening. Scott Lee, good evening. Lynn Smith, hello, Lynn.
All right, Lynn.
My first spanner. I'm going to call Lynn my first spanner because he's
Well, he is.
chat. So,
He's the OG spanner.
Fiona Clark, good evening, Fiona.
Good evening, Fiona.
Rufus, I saw a comment from Fiona on Mark's, not TVP Mark, but Mark Brain Gone. Jackson's great review on the mod that he's just done. I was watching that, the mod. I don't know if you've seen it, Joe. We'll talk about that in a minute, perhaps.
No, I'm not seeing it yet.
Rufus, Dion, evening Dion. Talk the devil, and he will appear. There's Mark Jackson. Evening, Mark.
Evening, Mark. Evening, Mr. Jackson.
It's Daniel, spanner number 2, because he's second in chat. Evening, Daniel. Albert. Did I say that? I can't.
Do you see, spanners, do you see this? Favoritism. See that, Daniel? Total favoritism, Daniel. I wouldn't stand for it.
Well, the thing is, Roy, I've only got 3 spanners, so I can only really get wrong with 2 people. Because one of them will be first, and they'll be happy. So it doesn't matter.
It's just favoritism. That's all it is.
Simon, Mark and Jay. Coyle, evening Coyle. Matthew Barton, Adrian Mason. Did I say Adrian? I think I did, actually. Jason Lee, Murray. Laurie, hello. Laurie, all the way from South Africa. Haven't seen you for a long, long time. So welcome. Albert. And that's it. Oh, Michelle B at the bottom there. Evening, Michelle. Shout down hello, Roy.
Hi.
I got in trouble last week for
Mark says hi
to Tina, and I didn't see a comment in chat, so how to get wrong. So
hi, Tina, if you're watching.
Hi, Tina.
No, I can hear that Tina is in the shower. So this is my opportunity to talk about Tina, and she won't know anything about it, but never would I.
You better not say nothing about Tina. Tina's a lovely person, and if you say nothing about her, I'd be the first to back her up.
It is actually it wouldn't be my wedding anniversary because we're not married, but it is our anniversary today. And it's been 5 years.
Congratulations.
I can't believe
Congratulations. I don't know how she's put up with you.
Sorry?
I don't know how she's put up with you.
She's clearly a woman of massive amounts of patience and tolerance. And yeah, anyway.
Oh, and Laurie's having a go at you. They're in Kenya.
Oh, Laurie, that's a bit early for that, isn't it?
They're in Kenya. How can you forget? They're in Kenya.
Oh, so Kenya, not South Africa. Sorry, Laurie.
Same continent.
I'd love to have done that on purpose so I could have pulled a leg, but I didn't. It was a genuine accident. Anyway, Roy, what are you vaping on?
Not a lot. On the Ed Balance reviews up with the Lamo. Oh, I got an email from Quaggle
Oh, did you?
Saying very professional review. Look forward to future cooperations.
Oh, excellent. I did forward your review onto them, so that was nice. That was good.
I'm also Alexa, shush.
Alexa, buy 42-inch TV.
The Relax Infinity, because I got new flavors that I'm having to test out, and the Drag S with some Titanic bubblegum in that. And this is the very last of the strawberry custard. So you need to hurry up and get it in stock so I can purchase.
That was a sample. We didn't know if we were going ahead.
Well, go ahead with it. Get it ordered, get it in, and I'll get it bought. Simples.
I get the feeling you're liking that, Roy.
It's liquid crack. Anybody that's into their 50-50 juices, and I would dare say it will probably more than likely transcribe to 70-30 just as good. It's Naturevape's own true juice, and it's the strawberry custard version 2.
Yeah, not the one that's on the site at the moment. Don't be confused. This was a sample, really, because I wasn't happy with the custard. So I got them to make me a sample to see what it was like. And I gave Roy, because I thought it was his birthday and got it completely wrong, I thought he'd like to try a little bit of this custard. So I sent him a sample. And you've nearly done it in, haven't you, Roy? So, and you like it. So.
Well, it is done. That bit is just getting really hard to get out of the bottle. So it is now done in.
And that was mixed at 9 milligrams. So you've been using that instead of salt, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been perfect, especially in the Lamo, which you can also purchase off the Naturevape website, and also the Ed Balance, which you can also purchase off the Naturevape website.
Enough with the sponsorship. Let's move on.
It's the Naturevape show, so it's not sponsorship. It's just product you can purchase from Naturevape's website.
Don't forget to use NB10 for your discount.
Which also has Naturevape coils in it.
Jay, what are you vaping on?
He's getting embarrassed. Look, he's going red.
Actually, I found quiet. Ooh, my microphone was a bit high. There you go.
You hear me all right, yeah? Mine's okay.
No, can't hear you, Jay.
There's nearly
right, so we've got the Neo 60 from 67 mods. Little DNA 60 squonker. And on top of that, I've got the Aston RDTA.
You like that Aston, don't you?
I love this little Aston. And then I've got some Country Clouds. It's getting low, which is the strawberry cornbread pudding, which is very nice. Excellent. And then we've got the little Spiral from Born in the Man Cave with the Purity Plus Melt Along on the top with the shorty kit on. And in that, I've got some Peach Berry from AD Vaping. And then finally, we've got the Pipsqueak DNA 40 mod with the Lamo RTA on the top. And in that, I've got some Crazy Croc from AD Vaping as well.
And the Lamo review will be coming shortly.
It'll be coming shortly because I've had technical issues.
Technical issues from the man that does technical.
Yeah, It's always the way. Well, the thing is, I haven't used OBS in nearly a year. So I fired it up.
I use OBS for reviews.
It works, and it does what I want it to. And I want them to look professional.
Why don't you use Final Cut Pro if you've got a Mac?
Because I'm not paying them wanky bastards.
Speak to me after this then.
Dum dum dum.
Plus, I can't use it because I'm thick as pig shit.
You don't have to be. You don't have to. If you can use OBS, you can use Final Cut Pro to make videos.
I edit it in iMovie.
All right.
But
I record. I set up all the scenes and everything in OBS. Record
I use the term loosely. I edit it in. I don't do a lot of editing.
Oh, I do.
Who else have we got in chat before I do mine? Chadwick, good evening.
Chadwick.
Jackie Mustache Chen, good evening. Evening, gents, he says.
Evening.
Evening, gents. Who else? Did I say Frank Amaza? Can't remember. If I didn't, good evening. Yeah, sorry, Laurie. I'm in Kenya, Mark. How can you easily forget? I can't forget, Laurie. I don't know why I made that slip. I'm crushed. You're not crushed. I know you're not crushed. I only saw something of yours on Facebook actually earlier today, so should have known better. That was a song, wasn't it? Should have known better. Nutty Vapes, evening Nutty Vapes. Iggy Mitchell, good evening Iggy. Laurie, can someone tell me what the spanner thing is? They're moderators on the channel, Laurie, so if someone comes in and makes a daft comment and I miss it or something, they have the ability to block them so they can't come on. So you have to behave, Laurie, otherwise you'll be blocked by my vigorous spanners. Not. Daniel Michelle B. Duplicates. Anyone who's got a question, just put a big capital Q at the start, and I should pick that up easier. Followed by a name would be handy. Coils says N95, NV95 for 95% off. Wouldn't that be lovely? Wouldn't that be lovely? Yeah, and Kieran, there's my other spanner, 3 of you, and he says that Mr. Naturevape makes us spanners. And that is quite right. Michelle, I'll be buying some cotton strips of mesh for the Vapefly Optima. I don't think you won't be buying them from me. I don't think, Michelle. But
the nest mesh fits.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't try that. I could have tried that. Okay, Michelle. I stand corrected for probably not the first time tonight. Daniel Grimm let himself down there, especially after reinstated. They've been using it for weeks without any issues. Oh, I see. That's about the nest. Yeah. Strange times.
Yeah, Jay Hayes just lobbed it in, didn't he?
Yeah. Kieran uses Filmora 10. Never tried that. I tried a thing called Wondershare once, and it was the biggest mistake ever.
Wondershare is absolute. Filmora make the same company that owns them, but they're just absolutely horrible problems.
Terrible, and talk about hard to get rid of once I've got it installed as well.
Oh yeah, fucking hell. It's got loads of malware with that.
Oh, it's horrendous. I could make Laurie a spanner, couldn't I? So she'd feel part of the spanner lot. Jay's, are you uploading to YouTube again? Adrian wants to know if you're uploading.
Yeah, well, I will, but I've got the Lamo or the Lamo 2 review, so yeah.
Lamo, not Lamo. Not Lamo.
Lamo.
Paul Hinchcliffe, what's this I hear about the dwarves not having flavour? Right, I didn't say that, Paul, and now's a good time for me to...
Hey, wake me up.
I'll have it if you don't like it, Mark.
That's rude.
Would you stop saying that?
It's rude. Not enough when I'm talking. I didn't say it didn't have flavour. I said that this airflow hole, this is what I'm vaping on tonight as well, by the way.
Yeah.
It's too big. I've actually stuffed a little bit of cotton in there. And
you can get different airflows for it.
Mm.
Is that the mouth to lung one?
Yeah. The problem being, Jay, what I discussed last week, you weren't here, so you wouldn't know. You were being sick or something daft. Weren't you?
Rough as a bear's arse, mate.
The problem being that you can change the airflows underneath the coil. You can buy one of 10 probably different ones there. But they all have the same big airflow intake coming from the side. And it just didn't, the pressure didn't feel like the kind of experience I wanted. So I stuck a little foam in there. Awesome vape. Brilliant. And the whole thing is made beautifully. I just wish there was another option, and they could do it easily to, like a double insert. They could have an airflow adjustment under the coil. Fine, do as many as you like, but also make one to block down this at the side. Some people would like it like that. I can't remember who commented and said, "No, I like the big airflow coming in." Well, fine, don't put the insert in then. But for people that do, I prefer quite a tight mouth to lung, and it just wasn't.
Can you take the tank and get to that point underneath there?
You can take it apart, and you do see like the rebate. Yeah.
Could you not print a little ring just to punk in there, like half a ring, half?
You know, and I know, Jay, that the smaller you 3D print something, the less detail it'll have. It ends up a bit of a blob.
But there's nothing stopping you printing like a half moon and then drilling a hole in it yourself, is there, with a little pinhole?
That's right. So, what am I vaping on tonight?
No idea.
I'll have a look on the phone in a second. I think it might have been someone wanted me. The dwarf, and the Ed Balance there. Yeah. I'm only on 2 things tonight, guys. And the Ed, I've got a clear Ed Balance with
He's showing off. Now he's just showing off.
the Lamo on top. Now, I'm not going to lie, this was sent back, it had a faulty chip in it. And I thought, now is my time to
Just like what Jay does. See, I've taught him well.
now is my chance to put in a DNA chip. And I'll go under the screen. I'll probably get this upside down. Press the button, and you will see, there you go, Evolve DNA 60 with the Lamo on top. Lovely. I have to say, you boys have got the Lamo, but you haven't got the Dwarf. If I had to pick, I would pick the Lamo. That is the honest truth.
I do like the look of the dwarf, though. The looks of it are
It's
really
beautiful.
nice.
I love the way they've done it. I love the design. It's beautifully made. I can't fault it for any of that. It is just
the one. I think the one that everyone, all the OG mouth to lungers on all the sites go nuts for is the 16. The dwarf 16 is the daddy for mouth to lung.
I think I've heard that too. Yeah,
But if you've got those two,
yeah, but don't forget, there's a big difference between like the OG sort of like, I don't want to say high end boys, but the high end mouth to the MTL crew, if you will, that are like their 0.0079 airflow has to be spot on sort of thing, and the difference between that and like the Chinese interpretation of a mouth to lung, isn't it? Yeah, do you know what I mean? Because I find a lot of these mouth to lungs that you get now are quite loose, but some aren't. Some are bang on, like the Purity Plus. I mean, I'm running my Purity Plus wide open.
Yeah, you love that.
Yeah, and I love that thing like that.
Yeah,
you can make as tight as you want. That you can make as tight as you want. Yeah. So I don't see the point.
Also, the other one, a lot of people are really, really enjoying the Bishop.
Damn and blast! I left the Bishop downstairs. I watched.
Let's pay for it.
I watched Net Vapor. Didn't know his first. I was only told his first name the other day. Is it Daniel? Might be another Daniel. Can't remember. Lovely fella. Love his reviews. And he did a review on the Lamo, and he compared that to the Bishop. And I thought, I must get that bit. The way he was vaping it was making a lovely, crackly little vape, just how I like it. Now, that wasn't what I got from mine. And I think I might have had a prototype. I think it might have changed since the one I've got. And I keep meaning to go back and look at his review of the Bishop. And I promise everybody faithfully by next week I will have done it. And I will make a commitment one way or the other, whether to stock them or not. There you go. Well, I could say further than that. I could have done it this week. So for that, I apologise. But Nicky Maynard, evening, Mark and chat. Evening, Nicky. You'll be pleased to see as well. I have got. You weren't here last week, Jay. I had problems with me writing coming on the screen.
You sorted that. What was it? Just a glitch.
It was when it did the upgrade, it made it really big. And
it was using thumbs instead of fingers.
As usual, I tried all the technical fixes to get it right, shunting it around everything else. But I've got a trackpad, Jay, and just finger and thumb knit together was all I did. So snatch defeat from the jaws of victory once again. Q, why do we ask questions? Do we get the answer in a right?
What?
I'll put that up there and shame you. What a thing to say. You get the answer in the end.
I didn't get it right. It said 30 minutes. I should have put 20 minutes and I'd have been spot
on. Laurie, I have to tell you all the fact that you told me that using the same vape juice forever means we lose the sense of taste. That's helped me greatly. Good, Laurie, I'm pleased. It really does. And I noticed that with I always vape the blackcurrant, raspberry and lime. When I got the strawberry custard that Roy sampled, I vaped 2 tankfuls of that and thought, yeah, it's lovely, gorgeous, gorgeous. Then I went back to the blackcurrant, raspberry and lime. I'm like, wow, raspberries, where'd they come from? You lose those.
You lose it.
You just get used to that same flavour.
Like I've been on the same flavours for the past 5 6 months, pretty much, and I can't taste them anymore. I just vape them because it's all I've got right now.
Yeah.
Can I just give a quick shout out, please,
You can indeed.
to Paul, the cloud chasing cyclist. If anybody hasn't, he used to review a few years ago, and he's recently just come back onto the scene again. So if anybody wants to pop over to Cloud Chasing Cyclist and drop him a wee sub, feel very free to. And I'm also
Cloud what?
Cloud Chasing Cyclist, all one word. He's just restarted again. And Paul, yeah, and Paul, I can highly recommend the Lamo. If you want to get an MTL to put a review in for your Lamo, you can't go wrong with it for the price of it as well. If you use MB10, you'll get 10% discount on it as well. But also, can I just say, I'm 9 subs short of my target for 2021.
Oh, if I had some music, I'd play it now.
I know. 9 short from my target for 2021. That's it, just 9. So if anybody hasn't subbed to me yet, if you want to give me a wee sub, go on ahead. Then I can relax.
If he gets his 9 before the end of the show, we'll have one of that.
Thought you were going to do a violin.
I haven't got violin. I've got a triangle. I can play a triangle.
Not got a flute?
No, it's no flute.
There you go. Kieran's puts Cloud Chasing Cyclist link in the chat. Thank you very much, Kieran, and thank you, Mark, for letting me give him a shout out.
I'd already put it in before he had done it.
I'll have a look
after the show. You put it in. You're not a spanner.
It will put it in.
It won't. Nope.
Won't it?
Yours hasn't appeared because you're not a spanner. It won't put it on screen.
Now, Laurie says yes. Make
yeah, it'll be on your screen, you're in, but it won't show to anybody else.
Strange. Everyone's clicked my links before when I put them in.
No.
Don't know.
But he's a fellow Northern Ireland man. That's the reason why he's from Belfast.
Right, you are. Sorry, I was moving the screen up, but it sagged.
Bladesville, has the audio already been mentioned? Mark sounds low compared to Jay and Roy. Yeah, Mark, you do sound low compared to us tonight.
I think my microphone's a bit far away. What about if I
Yeah, that's better. Sound like a Radio 1 DJ now.
Is that any better? Hopefully it is. If not, I'll turn it up a bit. Let's turn it up a bit. In fact, I did turn it down because I was having problems. Bear with, folks. Sorry. Be 2 secs. Output volume. Let's try that. See if we're any better. Now I can't get rid of the thing. Get off. There, gone. Right, sorry about that, folks. Yeah, so Laurie wants me to make her a spanner. Laurie, I will. I'll look through. I'll do it after the show, but I will make you a spanner. How's that?
If you just go to your name, Mark, click the wee 3 dots at the side.
There is.
Yeah, he's not looking at that chat.
I don't get that here. I've got. Oh. What's that do? There's a star. What does a star do? Don't know.
Boots him.
Don't know. You've got a star, Laurie. Giving you a star. Don't know what it does. Daniel, Mark, been such a day. Still not opened my phone. The phone. Yeah, Daniel has got the new latest Samsung, I think, phone. So he hasn't looked at it yet. Wow. I don't think I could have been so patient.
The T21.
I think.
Or sorry, S21.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah. No one hope. Hello all. Are there some coil builders here? Are there any coil builders? Put your thing on the front there so you can ask. Jackson, get that Lamo review out, Jay. There you go. You're being told off by Mark Jackson. Get it done, man. Coil, I use the Dwarf 24mm direct lung only. Yeah, I got a call from someone today about the direct lung. He wants to know about times it would take to come and all the rest of it. But I haven't tried that one. I just tried the one that I got, the 22mm one. Paul, Mark, get the 2x6 airflow adapter, tightish and nice and smooth. I got the 3-hole 0.6mm, Paul, and I found that wasn't loose enough. So I was going to get I think it was the 0.9. I was going to try that, but now, of course, I've got to spend all that money again on delivery, which is a lot from them, just for a couple of different choices of airflow. But I will say, in its defence, I think that's worth persevering with those inner airflows. I haven't tried them all yet. I had 3. I had the one that came with it, the 3 times 0.6 mil, and I've got a feeling it was the 2 1 mil. And neither of the 3 I got on that well with. I've got the 2 1 mil ones in here at the minute. So we shall see. Come back to that one. I'm not doing a review of it yet until I've really nailed it and found out if it can be cured for me or not, really. And Michelle B, all these tanks coming out with little inserts, I'd lose them. That's the one handy thing with the Lamo, of course, is they're all kept under the airflow ring. So I guess you can lose them if you ping one out and it goes on the floor. But
Like me.
Like you did.
Like me.
But you found it, didn't you?
No.
Oh, I thought you found it.
No. It's the same bloody colour as the carpet, and it's absolutely nightmare to try and find. I'll probably find it someday by standing on it. But lucky enough, it's not the one I use, so.
Like a Lego brick.
Yeah.
If you've had kids, you'll know what I mean.
Yeah. I love Lego.
Well, there you go. Even if you haven't.
Someone has to.
Yeah, well, moving on.
I'm hanging up. I'm going.
He's sad now. He's sad. Yeah, the Fev. I have heard that, Paul. I'll probably look into that as well.
I have something vaping to talk about.
Go for it, Roy. Let's hear you.
Something about vaping on a vaping show? How dare you?
Fine. Do you remember before all this pandemic started? Probably just the Christmas before and the run up to the Christmas before that, there was story after story after story after story about batteries venting, about mods blowing up, about the dangers of vaping. Where have all they gone? Where have they all gone to? There's not been. I was saying it to Michelle the other day.
Because COVID's finished off all the idiots.
So I went looking last night, and the last story that I could find about a mod exploding or a battery venting was from November 2019.
Was it really? Yeah. Now you've said it, you're right. You are right.
Yeah.
I'm happy that they're gone. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy that they're gone. I'm also happy that there's other studies coming out now and things being published saying that vaping is not as dangerous as smoking. Doesn't, and it's good to see that positive press coming out as opposed to, and it's nearly all been positive press apart from America and Belgium looking to ban flavors. But
don't talk about Americans. Their government's bloody retards.
Yeah, that's just America's America.
Well, it's all about the money, isn't it?
You can't condemn American people on this show.
No, not the American people, just the American government.
Oh, right, okay.
It's the same way as we can condemn the government over here for being absolute arsewipes.
Well, you say that, you see. Now, I was recalling that not last year, back in, it was either February or March, on one of these live shows, I did get quite outspoken. Said that Cheltenham should not be taking place. We shouldn't be playing rugby. We're an island and we should be shutting the borders and we wouldn't have a problem with this virus. A year later, nearly, that's what they're now talking of doing.
Yeah. It's like Australia. If you fly to Australia, you're escorted off the plane by the army. You're took to a hotel by the police. The hotel is like a compound. You can't leave the hotel for 14 days. You must have a test done that proves negative before you can get out of it. But the rest of of Australia is living normally. You know, the pubs are on the go, the restaurants on the go. There's no masks being worn. They're living.
It's amazing how fussy Australia are, isn't it? They weren't too fussy a few hundred years ago.
Exactly.
Any other nation you want to have a pop at?
Who else? Northern Ireland is just an absolute. You've got a government made up of a mandatory coalition between two opposing sides, who both come out with the same message of stay at home, don't do this, don't do that, don't advertise funerals. But then when one side has a funeral, everybody goes to it, and they breach every regulation. There's not a policeman about to be seen, yet there'll be a policeman knocking on a vape shop's door saying, "Why are you selling vapes?"
Yeah.
So it's just, my mind is just blown to bits with the stupidity of the government over here, especially, and the UK government is just doing exactly this, is going down the same.
Yeah.
It's
right. Off politics, Roy. Get off politics.
Yeah, get off politics.
I will start ranting otherwise.
We don't do politics. We touch on politics. We just gently.
Jake, Coyle's just got it. Coyle's just said, "Do you not know that a mod exploded in the lab in China that made the corona virus to escape? That's the battery vented and they threw it out the window."
And that's what did it, was it?
Yeah.
That's what did it. Fair enough. I do. I think we've all got our own thoughts, beliefs, and what we think is going on. I find it weird that I think it was since May, Wuhan hasn't had a case. But now, just before the Chinese are going off on their New Year again, they've had some cases. And I think, is that a little bit... Well, they're giving us another strain, are they? Different one.
It's flu time, and it's flu time in China as well. But there hasn't been one flu death in 2020, 2021.
Roy, shh. Politics.
That's not politics. There hasn't been one flu death in 2021. What's happened to it?
Yes,
it's magically vanished.
We know what you're trying to say. Iggy says, question with a large Q, so I have to read it out. Can you purchase the Voopoo V-Mate on its own? I don't know the answer to that. Jay?
Yes, you can, but there's no point in buying it on its own because it's still going to cost you 26 pounds. And for an extra £11, you can get either the Drag S or the Drag X. So there's absolutely no point buying the V-Mate on its own. Plus, the pods are you can't replace the coils in the pods, therefore you have to find the pods, and they're a nightmare to actually find the pods itself.
Get an X, Drag X. They're bloody cracking.
Have you seen the comment from Frank Snowman, Jay?
No, I haven't. Where?
It's probably half an hour ago because I'm always behind.
Yeah.
45 minutes.
I'll put it on the screen.
There you go. Bishop come with 0.6 hairpin. Oh no.
Stop reading ahead in chat. I'll get there in the end.
I'm trying to find where you are. Oh, there we are.
Frank Snowman.
Anyone remember the episode of The Young Ones? Neither comes a policeman. That's Jay's laugh.
Yeah,
Adrian Mason.
A hole in my shoe. Back in a sec, guys.
What are you off?
Just gonna get a drink.
Okay, mate. Failing to plan is to plan to fail, in it, or something? Something
exactly.
Naturevape. It was me that said I like tons of air on the outside, but I also like adjustable outside adjustment to counter the issues. I upset you so much last week that I just stayed. I upset you so much last week. I just say, Adrian, you do not and never have upset me, and you never will, I'm sure.
Lobster, where were you tonight?
Sorry,
Tarquin. Where was Tarquin tonight?
Did he not have a show?
No.
Oh, he was supposed to, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh. Coil says no, only basic coils. That was asking about any coil makers in chat. Laurie, I've asked all here for replacement creme anglaise juice, mostly because when I visit my sister, she hates the smell of the others I tried. Truly couldn't manage the smell of her smoked tobacco. Or the smoked tobacco. There's a... Oh, is it RELX? I think the company is called something else, but their products are called... Is it RELX? They've just gone on the stock exchange, haven't they? Vaping company.
Relax.
Yeah. RELX.
They're pods.
That's it. That's them. They do pods mainly.
Yeah, it's mostly pods. Have you not seen my wee box? I got off them. Oh,
I have no. Oh, that was off them, was it? Right. That was from them. Right. Gotcha, Roy. Yeah.
so, but yeah, and then they sent me out new flavors, which I had to then use Google Translate to try and translate them.
Right.
And on the boxes what flavors they are.
Well, from what I saw, their shares have virtually doubled in a day. But I asked one of my Chinese contacts, I said, what are they all about? They must be bigger in China than they are here. And she said they're in the top 5 in China. But she said the only place you buy them from is places like supermarkets, garages, convenience stores, that sort of thing. And so it's a bit like, I don't know, our Blue, perhaps, that we have here.
They're very much like Blue. They're all closed pod systems, and they've got 2 main pods out at the minute.
Yeah.
Which is the Affinity and the Essential. That's the Affinity, which is very smooth, hexa-like design, and then the Essential is ribbed.
Right.
They're actually. But what they do, if you like cool vapes, then cool salts, these are the things there because they love their coolant.
Yeah. Oh, you can.
Very.
Paul Hinchcliffe, Bishop is arse. Fev copy, poor materials and tolerances are shite. Well, that's fair enough, but I tried it, Paul, and I wasn't overly struck. But I watched Naturevape use it, and I thought, that sounds... You know when you can tell when someone's vaping something, you think, that's the kind of vape that I like. So I just wondered if I got an earlier version. Well, I know it was a prototype because there's nothing even written on it. Dion, I vape the Dwarf 22 mouth to lung, FL mouth to lung on a 2mm air hole and still get good flavour. Dion, I'm not saying it's poor flavour. It was without it. I did this last week, so let's... Have I got something I can take that out with? I knew this was going to cause controversy, and I honestly, if I'd have loved the Dwarf, I would have said I absolutely adore this thing. Even though
Mark, it's horses for courses. What one person likes, one person's not going to like. You don't like pods. I love my pods.
No.
So therefore, you'd get a pod and go, this is shit. Where I go, oh, this is fantastic.
Let's swing this around. Right, you can see the microphone, you can see me. So here's the Lamo, right, and here, listen, right up close. Nice
even
and
Michelle vapes it quiet.
Smooth. Here is the Dwarf with that airflow open.
I've listened to it. I've listened to turbulence.
And that is what I don't like. Move that back over there. That's what I don't like about it. And but it's not the flavour. The flavour is banging. It's just getting that airflow right. And if I do, then I know I'm going to love that RTA. So I'm not condemning it, not yet. Paul, cloud chasing cyclist. Haven't had a mouth to lung RTA in years. Need to get me one. Well, I think that was what we spoke about 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And Roy suggested the Lamo. The Lamo, you could do an awful lot worse, in my opinion. We have now sold quite a few, and the people that have bought them are messaging me, and there's the odd review now on the site as well. People are well impressed and well happy, which I don't ever come on. If it was poor, I wouldn't have built it as much, honestly. You lot ought to know me by now, everyone in chat and on screen.
You don't stock crap.
I don't. I stock what I like, really, and if it passes the me test, it gets stocked.
The bang for buck, isn't it? The bang for buck, isn't it? That's what it's all about.
What I try and
do. Put it this way, it has to be good for me. A, not to be using the Nevermore, which I thought was an absolutely fantastic tank, and B, it's stopping me from using pods.
Yeah, well,
I
hang on.
quite fancy an Evermore. That might be my next purchase.
Hang on,
when I've got some...
whether you got your subs or not, you stop using pods.
Sod the pod.
Paul, take it easy, brother. Catch you in the flip side.
Later, man.
Paul's off, is he?
Yeah, he needs to go and
Jackson
do a bit.
reviews. Paul, get Lamo, buddy. It's bloody good. There you go. There's another. Jackson has just done a review on it. Actually, we'll talk about Mark now. Mark Jackson Vape Reviews. I watched a video review of his today. It was a mech mod. I don't know if you've seen it, Jay.
No, I've not seen
One
it.
they got through off someone from Instagram. Have a look on his site. It's worth watching, everyone. Pop over to Jackson Vape Reviews and have a look at his latest review on that.
Talking about mods and stuff that people have made. While you were having your Soldier Night and you're putting your DNA 16, did you build your other mod yet?
Yeah, I'm moving on. I haven't done that yet. It'll be rusty by the time I build that thing, but I will do it. So, yeah, I was watching that and I thought, and it takes dual 21700s off a guy. Got it from a guy off Instagram, and they had Jackson Vape Reviews, which I'm sure when you watch him in the future, you'll see it on his mod. It's
Tree of Life box mods, was it?
I can't remember. Flick it up, Jay. You won't mess
it. Tree of Life box mods, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, but
I'm on his Insta. He does some good stuff.
Nice review, and I thought a nice looking mod as well. So, anyone interested in that, dual 21700. I think Mike MF has got one as well. I think he's got one of those, and he likes his as well. So, give it a look.
Speak about MF has entered the house.
MF's in the house.
MF in the house.
Evening, Mike. How are you? There.
I thought I'd tell you now because otherwise you'll find out and you probably left the time you.
By the time I've seen him come in, he'll have got the ump because I haven't said hello, and he'll be gone.
Exactly. Question, Lamo, what Naturevape coils sit the best?
I found that the 1.34s are good if you're really, really tight, or if you want to be a little bit more ragey and extra flavour, the 0.68 stainless one-core Claptons are very good. They come out at 0.68 ohm. They're 28 by 38 gauge, and they're very, very nice. I haven't got any left. Yeah.
What was it for? The Lamo?
Yeah.
The Lamo.
It's really personal taste, isn't it? Like Jay just said, you got a bit of a rager one there. In mine, I just put is it the 28 plus 38? Yeah.
28, 38 stainless. That's what I've got in this.
The one
I put it there.
You got the stainless as well, if you can. Yeah, there you go.
0.68. That's the ones.
Yeah,
they're banging.
I've got in the Lamo at the minute, and they are absolutely. It's absolutely.
That's my favourite coil. That and the 1.34s I use.
Yeah, and I've got the NI80 1 ohm in mind. It depends what you like, but they're all on there. If you go on accessories, pre-made coils, and it will give you the three materials: Canthal, SS316, and stainless.
Yeah, the ether. The ether's a nice RTA. I've got one of those.
You're jumping ahead on chat. Dilly dally.
I'm replying to the questions. You said about QMV coils. That's what they're there.
I'm on dilly.
Questions after it.
You
need to watch the YouTube chat rather than the one on here. This thing's all over the place.
Oh, I don't care. Dilly evening, guys. What are your thoughts on the Squape mouth to lung tanks? I've never tried one. I'll be honest. So I can't comment. You tried one, Jay?
What, a Squape?
Which
one?
Well, any Squape.
I've tried a Squape. It's an absolute piece of junk.
A Squape you tried? Right.
I've tried one of the Squapes, yeah. I haven't tried the new stuff. I've got one. I can't remember which one it is. You fill it with juice. You turn the juice slow on. You take 2 pulls. Flavour's fantastic. Airflow's fantastic. And then it dumps all the juice all over your mod.
Fair enough. Paul's gone now, I think, but if he's still about, thank you, Paul. Naturevape, does your Bishop come with the 0.6 air pins because they were advertised pre-sales but never came with them? On post-production, 0.8 are the smallest. Good point. I don't know. I'll have a look. Thank you, Frank. I will look into that one. God, I'm behind. There's the link from Kieran. Albert's got the Thunderhead creation. I get through. People like to If they've taken the time to put a comment in, I'll get to it. I think that's only sometimes like when we got TVP in, you can't get to all the comments because they're flying through. But you know, on a night like tonight, I think we can wade through them a bit, can't we? What's time? 9:15. We're not in a hurry. This is Norfolk. Oh, it's about. I think that's Kieran with you about links, isn't it? Jay not allowed to now.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it is.
That was literally 40 minutes ago.
What?
Yeah.
Leave off.
Well, I'm going to answer a question that's aimed at me because I highlighted my name. The two juices that I'm loving at the moment, apart from Naturevape's 50/50 strawberry custard, which is not for sale at the moment.
Because he hasn't got his finger out of his bum yet.
Daddy Pig Smoked Juice, Coke Float. And also, I can't actually remember who made this, but it's a flavor concentrate. Grant Mullins' shop, Evil Vape or something it is, and it's the blueberry bubblegum. Absolutely gorgeous. That'd be the two that I'd be rocking at the moment of them.
Oh, I got this the other day because there was a website selling them cheap because they just started, right? Have you seen these?
No, it looks like a flask.
Flask.
It is. It's called the Cloud Flask by Aspire.
Oh, right,
I
yeah.
put some juice in it, right? I nearly had heart failure because it's a pod. So it's not a massive one, but it's a smallish one. I thought, oh, it's just going to be mouth to lung. No, watch this.
Nice.
Do you know, so it's actually it cost me just over a tenner delivered.
Really?
Yeah.
What? And that's a new
Absolutely
product?
awesome.
Well, I haven't seen it before, so
Absolutely awesome bit of kit. Well impressed with it.
I haven't seen that one. So, what coils does that take then? Just the normal Aspire?
Yeah, it takes its own coils. The Cloud Flash coils, they're like £9 for a pack of 5.
Right.
But
okay.
they're mesh and they kick ass.
Pre-made coils. I mean, I haven't. Some pre-made coils are all right, but in the main, I just like putting my own in. It's just the way I am. Graham Mabberley. Mark bought the concentrate blackcurrant raspberry lime. I want to make it up as a 50/50 8mg, 8 to 10 milligrams salt, nick-free base. Gives me vape tongue at higher nick. So he wants to make it as a salt. Well, you can make it as a salt. That's not a problem.
Just instead of using Nick salt, instead of using normal nicotine or normal nicotine shots, just buy yourself some salt shots.
Which we have got
some salt shots.
So that would be easy enough to do, Graham, and just go online, and because my card won't cover that. It covers if you've bought 20 milligram strength Nick shot for doing that. But if you go on an e-liquid menu, you'll easily work it out and just put in what you got, the Nick shot, and what the strength is, and everything else. You'll be fine with that, I would have said. Iggy says it's mind-blowing how much you can spend on vaping. It certainly is. Welcome to my world. Our world.
Case in point.
Oh, I think Kieran lost his insert as well on the kitchen floor.
Well, I gave away a mod last night to somebody who was in dire need of a mod because there was broke and everything else. So I gave them a mod, and then Michelle and I gave them a tank each. I gave him 3 tanks.
Right.
Made a happy man.
I think that's nice in a way. I mean, it's the sort of thing I do as well. You know, if it's like Tina had a customer with a dog groom business, and she saw me vape, she said, "Oh, that's what I want to do." Is that? And
you were like, "Funnily enough, that's what I do."
I did tell her, but I also I gave her I think it was a artery, a pen. You know what I mean? I said, try it and see how you get on with it, and bottle of juice, and I didn't want anything for it from her. It was kicking around, and you're the same, Roy. It's just to help people, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a Voopoo 2 mod I gave him, and he's a bit of a country. He likes country music, and he dresses in the leather, and he's like the look. So it was a snakeskin Voopoo 2. So It was happy days with it, and then told him about Michelle's shop, and it's going to be another customer because he does deliveries and he drives out through Portland over where Michelle's shop is, and it's a new customer then from Michelle, from a rival vape store.
Do you do liver? Why didn't that go up? It should have gone up.
Do you do liver?
That's an old joke, isn't it? Rufus, exactly, Rufus. Same as New Zealand. They're an island. We're an island. We could have been the same, in my opinion. And
Have you got any Nevermores left on the site, Mark?
Yeah, they're on there. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I might have one this week. I've got a few repairs coming in.
Yeah, they're on there. You must have heard that old joke about do you do liver? About phoning a kebab shop. Do you do liver? In other words, do you deliver? But do you do liver? No. Yeah, heard it. You've heard it, haven't you, John?
Yeah, well, I'll have
Yeah,
liver onions.
it stems from Monty Python, doesn't it?
Does it?
Yeah, you remember Meaning of Life when they come in? Can we have your liver? And then he goes off and does that song about how there's bugger all down here on Earth.
That was years ago. I can't remember all that.
Yes, it's a fucking brilliant film.
What's going on with your top cap on your RDA? Ah, Johnny Boy Edwards. There you go, Johnny Boy Edwards, our friendly bus driver. Johnny Boy Edwards. Johnny Boy Edwards had problems, I think, with the Nest top cap and I think leaks as well. But that's not a usual. The top cap, no one's had an issue. I think he means like there's too much turbulence. But if you don't build that coil up inside the nest, it will make a lot of row and it will whistle properly. Yeah. But if the more cotton you pack around the mesh coil, that I won't say it disappears. It is still quite a noisy. Where's mine? Where's mine? Where's mine? Where's mine? There's, well, here's one. I don't think there's a battery in this, is there? Ooh, I'm going to use that one. Here's one is this made up? Yeah. There's no batteries in the mod because I took them out, but you will get that, but you shouldn't have a problem. And that's been standing there for a week because there's no batteries in there. There's no leaks. Nothing on the mod. So there we are. That's about all I can say, really. And Adrian, been on the game many years, my friend. It's Defo Freebase Nick. That was about the Nick shots. Wearing masks has slowed flu transmission, but COVID is a zoonotic disease using consumed wildlife. Lorry. Yeah, I think actually masks have helped with colds and flu, haven't they? They must have done. You know, it's got to have helped that as well. But I'm going to shut up before Roy joins the party and go. And yeah, you said that Rob was there. Even Rob, what did happen? Did he answer that?
He did have a show. I just didn't get a notification for it.
Oh, right. Oh, he did. I was going to say, I thought he was going to. David Fisher, is it the end of short fills? Now TPD has been scrapped on March the 30th. I don't know, put that on there, definitively what they're actually, there's going to be, you know, to say it's going to be scrapped, there's still going to be rules and regulations and everything else. So, and I don't know what they are yet. So does anyone?
I think short fills will always stay because it's such an easy way. It's such a you know, it saves you having to have 3 or 4 different bottles of the same flavor of juice in the short fill because people are still going to want to buy the big bottles. So instead of having, say, strawberry custard in 0 milligram, 3 milligram, 6 milligram, 9 milligram, whatever, it's just a simpler way of getting it, and then you put your Nick shots in. So I can't see short fills going. I can see the 10 ml bottles disappearing because I think they'll maybe, you know, for the 50-50 guys, they might actually start doing it in that way. But for the sub-ohm guys, the short fills will stay. Maybe just expand the range.
Michelle B, what does going on the stock exchange mean? Well, it means basically, Michelle, they're floated on the market. You can buy shares in that company. You'd gone for a drink, Jay. I was talking about RELX, Relax.
Oh yeah.
Pods.
Relax. That's what they call themselves.
I think if you search it on Yahoo Finance, you'll find it.
Yeah.
And it went.
I actually might buy some shares in them.
Well, you can do. There's nothing stopping you. So just do it now, Roy, and see what you see. Yahoo Finance. I think they called it RELX or REX.
RELX, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the company is called something different, I think.
So it's Relax PLC.
RELX Technology. There you go. Come here, where are you? It says they've got their own patents and things like that.
They do. They have their own. They have their patents for the charger and the coils. Oh, they also have them through Phelan.
I'll
So
hold
they've
that.
gone down today.
Have they? RELX Technology launches Infinity device that completely reinvents user experience for global markets. It was just one of those little articles that I just found and thought, oh, vaping. Shenzhen, China.
Opened at 1872. High was 1902, and the low was 1870.
Don't understand it myself.
They said something about they doubled in the first day or something, but I don't know. Didn't go that far into it. I just thought.
Well, 22nd of January, it was 1819, and the high it got up to 1899.
Right. I wouldn't personally be buying any shares in them. I don't see the future as being pods. So, you know, we're all involved in the industry, and I think if that's, I can't see it ever booming beyond where it is. Where's the expansion for that? And I can't see where it is. So,
I personally think pods. It's like everything within the vape scene. When I first started, it was mouth to lung. Then it went all sub-ohm. Then it's gone round to pods and mouth to lung again. And then sub-ohm will start making a resurgence again. And then it'll go back to being pod. But pods are the simplest thing to stick into your pocket, especially for somebody who works in an office. It's easy to put into your pocket, carry with you, and just to take a quick hit, or if you're heading up the street or something like that. So even for delivery drivers, a pod is so handy to have around you. That's one of the reasons why I love the pod, because it's just so easy. To, compared to having that around your pocket or that in your pocket, that's so much easier. So I reckon pods will be here to stay, and especially with the being sold in supermarkets.
Yeah, they'll be here to stay. They've got their place, that's for certain. But whenever you look at, this is not buying shares advice or anything like that. It's just an open debate. For me, if I'm buying shares in a company, I want to see that company has got the potential to expand and grow and get bigger and better. I.e., Tesla, case in point. Look where they've gone. Look where their shares have gone.
Exactly.
So that
I was sharing them whenever they were $1 a piece.
Yeah,
I don't understand it.
Basically, it means shares is, if you take a company, something like the Bank of England, every time they make money, that money stays within the bank. So that big business has to make money to be able to expand and to grow. Yeah. If you take your company and float it in the stock market and sell those shares, you get a huge spike of investment money straight into the company to expand. So you have all this public money, so you'll have the big brokers and everything else buying huge amounts of shares. Then you'll have the medium men like Mark there, he'll buy some shares and dabble. You might buy a couple of £100 worth of shares. And then you get somebody like me that might buy 1 or 2 shares in a few different companies. My point, I owned part of Manchester United at one stage. So every time Manchester United made money, I got dividends back. So every year they look at as if made profit, they give the money back to the shareholders as a return and having your investment. Yeah. But I bought my shares for £1 a piece. Whenever the Glazers then bought Manchester United, I got £37 a share back. So there's £36 profit per share that I made back on it. That's it in a nutshell. It's a lot more complicated when you start hedging bets and
when I look at it. Nope. It's like I downloaded Blender the other day because I fancied having it like that. I opened it up and looked at it and went, nope, and then shut it down again.
Basically, Roy made more than he would have done in the Halifax Building Society for his pound.
And you mean, was it not Tinder you were meant to download, Jay? You got Blender.
Oh dear.
But yeah, that's in a nutshell. Because somebody else just asked what shares in the market mean.
Right. Okay. Shares are something I've got to say. I love it. I enjoy them. It's something I think you either enjoy it or you don't. And I love reading and
basically posh horse racing betting, isn't it?
Well, it's not, Jay, because it's not. And I will answer that because everyone says it's glorified gambling. The difference is you put 20 quid on dusty carpet on Saturday at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And if that loses, you've lost your 20 quid. You put 20 quid on Tesla and their shares half, there's a crash. You've still got a tenner and the potential for that company to grow back up again. So not quite the same, but I get your point. There is a massive element of risk.
It is a gamble compared to sticking your money into a bank, but the potential returns compared to a bank are absolutely fantastic. It's like if you bought a share, if you had bought one share in Tesla whenever they first launched, and I think you could buy them, I think they were launched at what, $6 a share? That $6 is now worth somewhere in the region of $6,000.
Yeah.
So that's
massive growth.
It's massive. That's why Mr. Musk is now the richest man in the world.
Yeah,
gone past.
Then he
put a Tesla in space.
In his boxer shorts.
Yeah.
Do you see them, the gold ones? Laurie said, let's get back to vaping. Laurie says, okay, basic and possibly silly question. What is the difference between NI80 and Canthal coils from Naturevape? Purely material, Laurie. One is NI80 and one is Canthal. It is Canthal, the ramp up time is slower, it's more of a crescendo, and NI80 is more press a button, instant glow. Basically is the difference.
And then you've got SS in the middle.
You've got stainless steel as well, but that answered that question, I think. It's personal preference as well. Some people love Canthal coils. You can't get them off Canthal. More so the people that have been vaping for a fair period of time, I would say, than anyone else. But
Canthal's just heater wire, isn't it? What's in your fan heater, in your toaster?
Well, that's right. Well, it's pretty much the same. If you look at those old heaters that people used to have in the lounges, like the ceramic with the wrapped wire around, that's all we're doing on a smaller scale, really.
Well, that's what it's made out of, is Canthal and nichrome and stuff. Yeah. That's what's in them.
And they had lead-in wires as well, which we've touched on that in the past. Just to transfer.
Well, you need a zapper.
Just to transfer the current to that heating element, and the heating element is the only thing that gets hot. DE, I know you've answered about the juice, Roy, so I'll skip past that. Rufus says ramp up time, Laurie, so yeah, there you go. Enduro was good. I can't get on with the new Arise. Paul Hinchcliffe. Okay. Yeah, MF, is his Saturday lives gone? I'm sure Mike won't mind me saying he's given it a rest for his Saturday. Like, he's still going to be reviewing. He hasn't stopped. And I'm pleased to hear that. But I tuned in on Mike's live on Saturday. And he's finding it's a bit like often with reviewing. If you feel a slave to it, like you have to do that live review, and there's more planning in that than anyone can appreciate or realise. It's his whole Saturday.
People think you just sit there for 8 minutes and do a review. There's a lot more to it than that.
Turn the camera on and say, right, let's unbox it and put a coil in it and answer a few questions. It really is. There's loads more to it than that. So
is there?
There is, Roy, yes. God, he's in a mood tonight, and he's in a funny one tonight. So, yeah, but Mike will still be.
I'm never in a funny mood.
Mike's not going anywhere. You are. You're in a strange mood tonight.
Well, if you had to homeschool this, well, two of them are an absolute nightmare. and one's grand because Michelle does it with the little one. Michelle tends to do it with her, but the other two, I've had to resort to putting a GoPro camera down into the living room so I can keep an eye on Peter to make sure he's not playing games. And I'm going to have to put up another wee camera into the dining room where the other one sits to make sure that she's not playing games either. They just drive me insane. So
spend your day trying to work, looking at cameras to make sure they're still behaving.
yeah, I'm sitting here then working, trying to run tests on programs to make sure that things get done, and try and break programs, as well as then trying to review or make notes on the devices that I'm using and the flavors.
Put a rerun of Fools and Horses on. They'll learn far more from that than they will.
Yeah, just stick them in front. Give them some ice cream and stick them in front of the Discovery Channel for all day.
I'm sorry, Mark. Only Fools and Horses has got to be one of the most overrated TV programs ever.
Oh, you miserable git! You have no sense of humour.
Right, who asked that? Someone did. Has anyone tried the... Oh, it was Fiona. Did anyone try the Bishop Mouth? We were talking about it earlier, Fiona. If you want to watch a review, Netvape has done quite an extensive review on it. So have a look at his. And I will be getting to the bottom of it as well, as discussed. Shit, is it? Expromiser V5, mouth to lung. Simon 62 is looking forward to getting it. I may have one coming, but I haven't ordered. I did get offered them, and I haven't ordered them as a stock for the site. I wasn't that impressed with the V4.
What's that? The Expromerizer
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, it didn't.
Yeah, I've got a V3 Fire. It's a bit pony, as they say.
I didn't like it. A lot of people did. So again, it's horses for courses, but. There we go. Tim Myhill. I'm going to pronounce this right, Tim. I'm from Cly in Norfolk. Now, most people would say Clay, but it is Cly in Norfolk. A lovely part of North Norfolk, with a lovely beach to walk the dog. Very nice. I'm quite envious, Tim. It's a lovely part of the county, or the country as well. Dilly Dally. Mark, any updates on the True Tank version 2 that you've been working? No, that's not going ahead. I can tell you that for a fact. It's not going ahead. Had I been more involved with the Lamo, I would have put my name to that, most definitely, and helped them with it. And the only difference there would have been probably with the whole tank would have been the top cap. But
there's nothing wrong with a top cap.
If it has a weakness, I would say its weakness is the top cap.
There's nothing wrong with the top cap.
Jay,
a bit of a bastard.
There you go. But other than that, I can forgive it that because of all the other brilliant stuff about it.
I'm not even in screw anymore, so mine's rock hard.
Just put your fingers on the knurling, your finger and thumb on the knurling, other finger and thumb on the top, and twist. Simple.
Jay, if yours is stuck, I'll tell you what to do. Get the
pair of pliers.
No. Get the 2 dots lined up, take the base off, it will release the pressure, and you will then be able to unscrew the top.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I used on it. Do you remember, I should have brought a pair up. Do you remember the old tank tweezers? Like ceramic
tweezers. The grip on them.
Yeah. Perfect. The inner one for that is perfect. It undoes easy. And I've been using that sometimes. But Matt Benson, who's he answering? I can't even... Oh, Fiona. Right. It's excellent. Needs a top fill, and you need to wrap coils counterclockwise. Super easy to build and great flow bar. And the rest is talking about coils again. Mark Bishop comes with 0.8, 1 mil, and 1.2 air pins. Right, Mick. I only got one pin that was fitted in the RTA itself. I never got an option, so
there should be some spares in it, mate. With it.
No, I got the prototype before it was even.
Oh, right.
And I tried it. I thought, I don't think that's all that. It was. I like the way, the cotton just lays straight across the top. I thought, yeah, that's dead easy. That's nice. But other than that, so I will revisit that one as well. Laurie's stuck to a 1-core Clapton. Yeah. Oh, that's a good coil, Laurie. We sell
Yeah,
hundreds of
that's all I use, to be honest. The
hundreds.
1-core collapses for mouth to lungs and that. And then the ragier ones, I use the parallels.
And by his own admission, MF is a grumpy git. I'll put that on the screen. What's the time? 21:40. Where does this time go? I have got another bit of news, vape news. Roy's had his. I'll have a bit as well. We are. I don't want to give away who it is yet, but we are soon to have another regular guest on this show on a Tuesday night, and he'll be featuring weekly and coming on. So you can have a little guess in chat if you think you know who it is. You might think you know who it isn't. You never know. So if you want to,
it's what it's no, it's not.
let me just.
No, it's not.
Let me just mute Roy.
It's not he, is it? No.
So yeah, but he.
Really?
So I think looking forward to this person joining us. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good.
Funny?
Possibly not. Possibly
Okay.
not. Have a guess in chat, everyone. Let's see what you come up with.
AV.
Laurie, yeah, I've answered that, Laurie, about an update on that. Mark just clicked on where's my brick background? I haven't got it tonight, so I can show.
He's using the green screen of beige this evening.
Yeah, I can show off a screen tonight without it going funny colours because of the green. So I am on natural wall tonight.
Oh, natural.
Natural wall, but yeah, took it down tonight. One night only and all that. Lemon curd. Question for the panel: what's your favourite takeaway, and what do you tend to order from them? Well, I can answer that easily. Chinese, but I don't order it very often.
Well, as you'll probably see, my answer on down a bit. Where I am, I'm blessed. I have got probably every takeaway you can think of within 5 minutes of the house. Probably about 9 or 10 Chineses, 4 or 5 kebab shops, 2 or 3 pizzas. We've got McDonald's, Domino's just around the corner. Absolutely shed loads of things. So
I've done it now. I'm blessed. Yeah.
Ian Morgan, EVC's coming. That's right. Is it EVC? He's coming back to reviewing on 28th.
I heard that he's coming back. That's something I never thought would happen. Never thought that happened. So what's everyone guessed? I don't think I've missed a lot. Daniel's in the Paramore, the vape drama in the US. We'll stick out of that one, I think.
There's TV so far. There's been TVP, Vic, Jackson Vapes, Mike Vapes, Rip Trippers, Bunny, Heathen. Lots and lots for TVP, ABC. EVC and ABC.
Right. I was just highlighting Matt Benson's answer. Yeah, he's talking about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin went from bugger all a month or two back up to 40,000 or whatever, but it's come all the way back down. Well, not all the way back down, but taking a dip again. So here we are. Where are these? Yeah, you see, Tim Rice likes a V4 X Mirage, but I didn't get on with it, Tim. So, we are all different. We all like different things, fortunately. Right, yeah, TVP, as you say, VC, TVP. Is it Matthew Barton, behave yourself? Is it Vic? Is he Scottish? No, he's not, Fiona. He's not Scottish.
Nope. And he's not Northern Irish either.
Chris Empire. Yeah, well, what I will tell you is his name's in that list. His name's in that list.
But don't say no more. Just let it. When he comes on, they're on. When they come on, they're on.
Yeah, when they're on, they're on, they're on, they're on. Yeah. And it would have been here tonight actually, but for a technical hitch. So hopefully next week or the week after it'll then start, and he'll be a regular feature on the show. And I think that'll be good. It'll fill.
Did he try turning it off and back on again?
This little area. Yeah, no, it's not that. It's not that. So, and of course, TVP, as you've guessed, no, it's not TV. I'll tell you that it's not TVP, but Mark pops on here from time to time on a regular basis anyway, and that, in my opinion, won't change unless he decides to change. He might not want to, but that'll be ongoing. So, what's the story with Chris Empire Vape then? He's coming back. What's that?
Yeah, he put a
little cheeky teaser video up.
Teaser video up.
To say he's coming back.
That's all people know. 28th of January, I think it is.
Good luck to him. That's what I say.
Well, at the end of the day, each their own. You'll have the ones who'll welcome him back. You'll have the ones who'll dread him coming back. They'll have the ones that'll be provoked he's coming back. But at the end of the day, he's his own person, and if that's what he makes him happy to come back after his hiatus. Fair play to the chap. All I can say.
Totally.
People have to.
It's one of those.
Like everything else, there are some people that be, chuffed to bits he's come back because they love watching him. So great, they're all happy. So not a problem. I don't have a problem with it whatsoever.
I have now taken the.
I get on with Chris, always have done. You know me, I get on with anyone.
Unless somebody takes a poke at me, I'm not going to take a poke at anybody else. So unless it's in jest, the likes of TVP and things like that, we'll take a jest at him. But unless somebody takes a poke at me, I'm not going to say nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I think you're rubbing off on me, Mark.
Yeah, you see, I'm calming you. I'm a calming influence. That's what it is. I'm a calming influence. I was just looking. Where was that? Critical Powers. What's happening with the TPD? Sorry, I missed that part of the stream. To be honest with you, I haven't looked into it as much as I should have done, and I don't know because of I suppose the whole EU thing, isn't it? It's got to be re-looked at, and there will still be laws.
From what I've heard,
it will just be different.
People talking about is there's little tweaks here and there, but like the 2 mil law will be gone. But people can.
A members' bill has been submitted to Parliament. That's as far as it's got at the moment. It hasn't gone through Parliament. It hasn't been debated, and there's no movement on it yet as such. But it has been put into scrap. And basically, it means advertising. You'll be allowed to advertise e-cigs. So it also means that YouTube was having their UK headquarters as such in Dublin. It will still sit outside of it. So unless they actually decide to think, right, we need to make a new UK terms and conditions for YouTube, it's not going to change anything on YouTube.
Yeah. Scott Lee said
it's being taken out of the TDP and will have its own rate. That's it.
Yeah, that's the bill. The bill has been submitted, but it hasn't got through any of the judicial. I can't say that word.
Judicial.
Yeah, that's the one process.
Yeah. So, well, we'll get to the bottom of it. But it's not going to be far different, is it? It's like all these other regulations. The nuts and bolts of what we've already got are probably still going to be there. Although I think I think you're right, Joe. I think they're getting rid of the 2 mil, aren't they?
Yeah, you can still make a 2 mil tank, but it won't be law.
Yeah, that was
fantastic as they get rid of that. The 2 mil tank business is absolutely
ridiculous. 2 mil in a mouth to lung.
It's a ridiculous.
Christ, we used to vape ego pens that only held half a mil. Do you know what I mean?
I know, but a 2 mil, it's whenever you get these tanks with the inserts being stuck into it because to make it down to a 2 mil, it'll also help reduce the costs because you're not having to either add in an additional bubble tank or make it down to a 2 mil they'll still be doing some things for the European market.
The main problem is vaping got chucked in with all the tobacco gear. That was the issue, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was the problem, because there was a lot. They were looking at all the manufacturers that make stuff and don't just make vapes; they make tobacco.
Yeah, you
bags.
are. You're right, Jay. You are right.
So they rolled us all into one, which is why we got the 10 mil thing.
Apparently, Rasper says it's already passed, Roy. Nicky Maynard, I watch most reviewers, don't do drama, none of my business. To me, it's all about vaping. It's all about Put that comment on there. Well said, that man. Whoops, put it on again, take it off. Yeah, well said. And it is all, I mean, I like to have a bit of a laugh and a joke. And, you know, it's called a sense of humour. But in general, yeah, let's have a laugh and a joke. And it is all about the vaping. But when it gets spiteful and vindictive, then no, let's knock that on the head. That's how I see it. I think the world will be a better place, don't you, Jay?
I agree, mate. I agree. Totally
agree. Simon 62. Finally Jackson. Finally Jackson. What? I don't know. So critical power. So we're going to have pre-mixed liquid bottles over 10 mil. I haven't honestly, so I don't want to comment and be wrong, but I haven't seen what they're doing with juice. Either of you two? Roy's looking at
no.
it.
The TPD basically just was made with the tobacco lot in with it as well, because they wanted everything to be 10 mil, so because that's what they were making, so they were selling it. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why they're all pushing it for 10 mil.
Because
all the guys
made a good point. Sorry, I interrupted there, but TPD wanted to regulate the home brew sellers. Exactly right. Yeah.
Bathtub juice.
Bathtub juice, yeah. Have you found anything, Roy? What have you found? He's read. Look. It's like a robot. Buy shares in robotics. Buy shares in Roy. I think that would be fun, actually. We could do a bit of a fantasy football league, but do it with shares. People are interested.
So products that do not contain nicotine and zero nicotine liquids are out of scope of the TRPR and do not have to meet the requirements. But apart from that, it's still.
Yeah, I think they will, Nicky. I think the 2 mil tanks. Well, they won't be gone. They'll still be being made, but they won't be. You know, like
you have to make it.
We've had to hide the fact that I've done it, and you have to hide the fact that a bubble tank holds more than 2 mil. So you just put, you know, something loose like, you know, also takes a bubble glass, and you don't put the capacity. But I don't think that will be a problem.
General considerations, definition of electronic cigarettes and refill container that follows TPD is only applicable to electronic cigarettes that contain nicotine or can be used with nicotine containing liquid and refill containers that contain liquid.
See, we're all involved with it here, but none of us really know. Nicky Mitchell's just put, no one knows yet. The new vaping rigs will be, they have until the 31st to construct new rigs, I think. So, but that's an I think.
But at the same time, they're calling them e-cigarettes. Now, to me, an e-cigarette is a cigarette or a little pod like the Vipes. That, to me, is an e-cigarette because it's made by a cigarette company.
No, an e-cigarette is any electronic device capable of delivering nicotine.
Yeah, it is, but I don't agree with that in a way, because I think what it should, take the Lamo, right? Unless I put a coil in there and modify it, a bit like a kit car, unless I put a coil in there and some cotton, it won't do anything. I have to enhance it. I have to do something extra to it to make it function to what I want. So I know
it's just generally what they're getting at, though, unless it has nicotine in it.
Does it matter that I sometimes vape the 0 milligram? That don't matter at all, Swirling Monk. You're false.
Sometimes I was on 0 milligram for ages, and then I started reviewing. and I started getting sent juice, and it was 3 milligrams. So I went back on Nick.
I don't actually see the problem on vape and nicotine, because at the end of the day, in cigarettes, nicotine is only the addictive, an addictive part of it. It's not the harmful part of it. There's a lot of
it's crap in it, and tar and battery acid and everything
photogenics, but it's the nicotine side of things actually has got health benefits to it. Otherwise, we wouldn't. When you think about aubergines and spuds and tomatoes, all contain nicotine.
Yeah, do, yeah. I heard something.
That's where they extract a lot of it from.
What was this I heard the other day? There's a new cigarette coming out, which has got basically it's made from hemp, so the implications are subida. And they're saying that if that can get on sale, it'll be like a fraction of the price of cigarettes because it's got no tobacco in it. It's no tobacco plant, and that is where the taxes come from, is tobacco and nicotine. So I think there's all sorts of tweaks that are going to happen, and we're just going to have to ride the waves as we've always done. I would have thought, but I was then about to say I could tonight have had my first glass of wine. Not I'm on water, but this is the first day I've been off antibiotics for weeks, it seems. So I talk about Stoptember or Stoptober or whatever. I hadn't had a drink for about 3 weeks. Hasn't been a problem to me. I haven't missed it at all. But
as Ian says, nicotine's no worse than coffee.
It's not.
Coffee's actually worse than nicotine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm a caffeine addict. I drink about 12 cups of coffee, minimum 12 cups of coffee a day.
I'm usually above the clouds. I'm usually 3 milligram. Occasionally I'll have a 0, but sometimes I'll go to 6 if I feel like the need for it.
Good evening, Ian. Good evening as well. We're about to sign off. Hopefully they don't put vaping in the... Yeah, that's right. Medicinal category. You're right there, Fiona.
Yeah.
Right. I think, what's time? 21:57. We've come to... Well, by the time we say our goodbyes, we'll have come to the end. Indeed. So Roy's typing away. He's typing something in chat. Jay, would you like to say your goodbyes?
Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for keeping us busy. And see you again soon.
Actually, how many in chat? 89 in chat. Only 50 thumbs up.
Come on, get those thumbs up going, guys.
Compulsory. It's the rules. How can we further ourselves and get these new people on the show without thumbs up? It can't happen. So, yeah, thank you, Jay. Roy, would you like to say your goodbyes? You're reading, aren't you?
No, I'm not reading anymore. Yeah, thank you to everybody in chat. Thank you, Mark, for having me on. Jay, good to talk to you again as well. And thank you to everybody that dropped me a sub.
How many subs you got?
I know it went up a couple because I got notifications. It went up to 5 off it now. So I got 4 out of 4 tonight. Thank you.
Four tonight. Thank you, folks, for doing that. So let's get into that round figure, and I can play me applause then. Go on then, quick.
I'm not going to get it tonight. Most of the ones in chat have subbed to me already, which I'm really truly thankful for.
Fine, isn't it?
I'll do it for myself, but just that it's this number of 600 has been sort of sitting there. It's my year. It's my total for this year.
I thought you were on more. I thought you were on more than that.
No.
I
had such a per year last year of putting reviews out. I think I put one out every other month or something like that. But this year I'm knuckling down and getting more out. I've got 1 to release, 3 to finish editing, and then I've got more to record.
It's getting those, when you get near to those round figures, isn't it? Like your 600, you feel you go up 4, you go down 2, you go up 3, you go down 1, you go up 5, you go down 2.
And I got 1 down 5.
The hardest first one to get is 100. Once you get 100, it starts climbing from there.
Yeah.
No. Seems like it's slow to get to 100.
It's the first 100 is hard. you know, I had a chat with someone recently, and I think it's harder now than it was. And I feel like I've hovered in the 3,000s for months and months and months and months. But
And then you get splurges.
you do get a little spurt. But I mean, I haven't done that many reviews. Well, last year I didn't do many, but hopefully this year that will change a bit. I'm going to be doing a few more. Done a couple recently. So, and I think that gains you more as well. The more you do, the more you get. It's like everything else in life. You know, the more effort you put in, the more rewards you get. Yeah. So, okay, just left to me. So, yeah, thank you everyone in chat. Lovely to see 62 thumbs up now. Thank you for that, guys. All your comments, as always, and your participation, that's the word, in our chat is brilliant. And you make for this jovial little light-hearted show. And, you know, I appreciate all what you do. Laurie, I will make you a spanner if you're still in chat. She'll like that. See a blue spanner. And everybody, as always, keep safe, mind yourselves, keep out of trouble. And until next week, we shall see you soon. Bye for now. Take care, everyone.
Oh.